Fired off. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate it. It's Bishop for Tactical POV. Thank you so much. This is something I've been working on, as I said before, to get this thing fired off. Man, I got a lot of stuff I want to talk about here and do this on a weekly basis, I should say. And today's show is titled The Gun for Home Protection Myth. Okay. I titled it this way, or should say I put this title this way because this is a conversation that I have with people, God, for over the years and as long as I've been teaching. And it's just this myth that people have about just getting a gun for home protection. That's it. You know, I come to me and say, think about getting my concealed carry though, but right now just want to get it for home protection. I'm not really planning on carrying it at all. And okay, this is a total myth, complete myth about understanding that I do understand that you do want home protection. We all do. We all should have home protection. Okay. But you also should look into more of something that is going to be concealable that you're going to carry. Okay. That's if you plan on using a handgun. Now there's different types of weapons or something that you can use as far as home protection. It's just making sure you have the right tool for the job. Scenario situations such as, a shotgun. Okay. The old classic shotgun for home protection. Okay. To a degree, it's got its pros and its cons. Okay. It depends on your plan that you have with your family, your children, your wife, anything. Do you have an actual plan set up in case of a home invasion? Such as, do you have a safe room to go to? Can you make it to the safe room? Do you have a weapon and supplies inside that safe room? Do you have something to take with you as far as to be in contact with 911? Something to coordinate, something that's just a one entry point only. Okay. It doesn't have something that's has two entry points, a way in and a way out and kind of a circular motion or whatever, you know what I'm talking about. Excuse me. But you should have something that just has a single point of entry. It's the safest place. Also, does it have enough room for you and your wife or your kids or anything? So you should have some type of plan set up in your home. Shotgun, yes. It as I said, it has its pros and its cons. A handgun, same thing. If you have an AR-15, and if you don't, you should go out and buy an AR-15. Definitely. But if you have an AR-15, perfect. Honestly, I think, in my personal opinion, an AR-15 would work the best. I think it is the best all-around tool to have for home invasion, home intrusion, or something. If you barricade yourself in your home from a violent attack or anything, I think an AR-15 is the best weapon all around. Now, keep this in mind, using an AR-15 also means the type of ammunition that you have to run in that AR-15 for home protection. All right. It's the same thing with handgun, same thing with shotgun as well. Using slugs, anything like that for a shotgun, it's not a good choice. It's not a good choice. Slugs will still penetrate your walls, especially if you have just thin drywall or anything, something that's not solid inside that wall, solid enough, such as concrete or whatever, to stop that slug. That slug will cut through a room, 2 rooms even, from a 12 gauge. So that's not the best type of ammunition for that. Now, a tight choke, a smooth bore, something like that, to where you would use bird shot. Bird shot would be anything. And as the shotgun shells go in sizes, they go from double-aught buck all the way down to bird shot, which would be like 7 and 8. So the higher the number, the smaller the pellet shot will be, and then it turns basically into bird shot would be lead shot. That also depends on the shotgun too, if it's capable of shooting low brass. It'll get technical, man. I'm not going to drag all that out. That's technical stuff. Something for another video to talk about another time. But something like that would be better use to a degree. Now, if say a child or your wife or something, if they got taken hostage or something like that, then a shotgun may not be the best tool for the job, especially if somebody is using them as a human shield. Okay. Shotgun is not going to be the best tool at that point. Will a handgun be a best tool? That's also up in the air. Okay, you got to understand how good is your accuracy with the handgun. It's a lot harder to be pinpoint accurate with a handgun than it is a rifle. Okay. Even if you use a handgun, you still have to use frangible rounds, hollow points, depending on the hollow points, because some hollow points won't expand on impact, such as they're designed to do. It just depends on the hollow point, and they've been known to crush the holes, crush and basically create a cone point, and then it just becomes like a practice round, like a full metal jacket. So then some hollow points are just not reliable at a certain surface or a certain angle to expand, like it's supposed to. Some. Most do, some don't. So that means you're going to have to use like frangible rounds. It's also in a handgun, something that will do its initial damage upon impact and dissipate and basically expand and not penetrate walls. You can buy ammo for a handgun, frangible rounds, cost a little bit more, but then again, you know, how much do you plan on shooting frangible rounds? You know, spend the money. It's not like you're going to be firing those things off every week or even in a month or a year or so. So that could be a tool. As I said, it might be the tool. It's honestly, in my opinion, the best tool for most situations, but not all situations. So you're going to have to look at something that is a little bit more reliable, definitely more accurate than a handgun. An AR-15 at this point, same deal. Use frangible rounds for an AR-15. You do not want to use full metal jackets, hollow points, or anything as far as, or ball rounds for an AR-15, because that'll cut through like 2 houses. I mean, it's no joke with these things. These weapons are awesome to have, but it has obviously an awesome responsibility to go along with it. But it's definitely something you should own. You just got to understand what you're shooting. So that's my thing as far as opinion on the gun for home protection. The myth I'm trying to get to is that eventually you are going to want to carry your protection. You are at some point, okay? Because this thing for home protection is just, you are more vulnerable away from your home than you are in your home. And I'm going to pull up some numbers here and show you what I'm talking about here. But before I do that, though, here, guys, if you're getting something out of this content so far, I appreciate it. Give me a like my page. That way you get notified when I go live. I still got some other things here on the back end of my stuff that I'm working with here to get it right, so it fires up just the way I want it to. But so it's on my end here. It's still going. If you guys can hear me, I appreciate it. Let me know if you can in the comments if you're watching it all. And if not, I'm recording this anyway. So once I'm done, I'll post it on my YouTube channel. and you guys can check it out over there. If you miss anything here, I'll throw the link up to it here on Facebook here while I'm going live. That way you can just follow it back over there and check it out. But with that being said, let me bring up what I'm talking about here as far as the numbers and stuff where I go to and get and basically, as I say, everybody else says, don't take anybody's word for it. Do your homework. And the stuff you're looking for is not hard to find. It's pretty easy. It's just to get to slow down, know where to go, look at the numbers, put it all together. That way, nobody can tell you different, especially when it comes to media, mainstream media, and where they bring this stuff. Because believe me, they read this, but they'll tell you something different. They'll skew it because, it's mainstream media. It's garbage. I mean, they lie and propaganda and everything all the time. So it's up to you to do your homework on this. So where I'm going is I'm going directly to the FBI website and to get this information from. So you can do the same thing. Honestly, guys, it took me less than 5 minutes to pull this stuff up. And it honestly, because it's so elaborate and it's so detailed, it really narrows it down. It gets it down to uh, all types of reports, numbers, percentages, statistics, averages, stuff like that. It's incredible how they lay this out. And these are studies that the FBI does every single year. So I'm going on these numbers here from 2019. I'll come back and revisit this subject here again next year once they have all the totals in for 2020, because as you and I all know, 2020 has been a crazy, crazy year. I This is funny because I remember back, younger and say, man, dude, what's it going to be like when it's 2020 or something like that? It's going to be kind of crazy even when it hit 2000. So we got over the 2000 hump. Now it's this, I don't know. It kind of feels like 2020 is this iconic number. Maybe it's from 2020 to new show, whatever. It's weird. It's weird. It just seems like 2020 has been used in so many things in just general talk and speech. And it's kind of, like I said, just that number's iconic, man. And this year, me, nobody, we didn't expect any of this thing or didn't even see any of what happened this year to hit us like this. I mean, with COVID-19 and just the election year and this has just been an insane year. I mean, just crazy. But as I said, I'll come back on this here now. As you can see what I've got here on my screen, if you're watching this live, these are all broke down here as far as 2019, as far as National Incident-Based Reporting System from the FBI, hate crime statistics, law enforcement officers killed and assaulted. I will definitely do a show on this here because I want to get some numbers on this myself. I haven't had a chance to really slow down. I studied these numbers here, crimes in the United States. And this is the stuff that I've been studying, looking at here and pulling up some information from. So we'll click on this, but I've already got it saved here. They break it down into tables, actually. So there's 24 tables, and it's all categorized different. So if you're looking for a different type of numbers or stat to different things, you can find those in different ones. I pulled out these tables here that actually pertain to what I'm kind of talking about tonight to break these things down. So as you see here on table 1, it's crimes in the United States. This is based on population here, and it breaks it down on averages, rates, the amount that the numbers that were reported, and it is all the way from violent crime rate, murder, and non-negligible manslaughter, murder, non-negligible manslaughter rate, rape, revised definition. There's a number down in here, and I think they didn't really start revising this until, as you see down here, in 2013. That's when this starts showing up. So, is it rape legacy definition, rape legacy robbery rate, and let me bring this over here. aggravated assault rate, property crime rate, burglary rate, larceny theft rate, motor vehicle theft rate. So I'm going to bring this back. We're going to go all the way down because, as you see, they keep a record here. Now, this is to tell you how fast our population has grown in the past 20 years. Right now, here, starting in year 2000, but 281,421,906 recorded. Okay, that's 2000. As you see, going through 2001, 2002, all the way, you see these numbers increase here. To the population as of right now recorded here in 2019 is 328,239,523. That is the population currently that's being recorded. Now, there's annotations down here, as far as things here noted. I'm not going to pull that stuff up, though, but violent crimes. Obviously, with more population, you're going to see an uptick in violent crimes because there's more to a degree as what you would think. You would think you would see that. But since 2000 up till 2019, from 2000, violent crime rate was 1,425,486 as reported then. Had a slight uptick in 2001. Next started to come back down in 2002 and started lowering. As you see the rate lower a little bit here, 2004, 2005, it's going down to one, like here, 2005 is 1,390,745. Another uptick in 2006 for 1,435,123. 2007, 1,422,000. 2008, it's starting to go back down again, back to 1,300,003. Now it's down to 2010. And as you go ticking it down, little slight uptick here in 2016. Almost the same average in 2017. 2016 was 1,250,162. 2017, 1,247,917. And you see it, as I said, it's ticking back the other way here. In 2019, it's 1,203,808. So that's violent crime. Now, this thing about this home protection deal, let me swing over here and show you burglaries. Remember, these are all the way here, starting at 2000 here. From the year 2000, burglary rate was 2,050,992 was recorded in 2000. All the way down here, 2019, now it's 1,117,696. You see this has dropped, it's declined. Why is it declined? You would ask this question, something like this. In a category of burglary, property crime, you see these numbers decline. Same thing with property crime here. 10 million reported cases of property crime. 10,182,584 in 2000. Here it is in 2019. Is at 6,925,677. Why are these numbers decreasing here? Strange. Property crime, burglary, they're on a decline. I would say more people are armed. More people are armed now as far as home protection and for businesses and everything else like that. So that could have a factor in it, possibly. But you see this as it's always been said, a well-armed society is a more civil society. That means more law-abiding citizens that are armed creates a better civil society. Criminals are not stupid, all right? They are not dumb. They know for a fact, and this is, I can't remember what this interview was. It was, I don't know if I can remember if it was an ABC interview. This is back about almost 20 years ago. But they did an interview with, I think, 6 inmates in prison. And we're talking about this thing. I don't think it was 2000. It might have been 2005 or 6 or something like that. But they asked them a series of questions, and it was all centered around the fact of the nation that is being more concealed carry. More people are carrying protection for themselves. And they asked these guys who, they're doing sentences here for whatever. But they sat on this panel, and every one of them, they all agreed. They said, look, these guys were either like for armed robbery, I believe, a lot of them assault, stuff like that. So they said flat out, before things how it used to be, they didn't worry not too much about people carrying. They said, but now because the thing has taken off as far as a lot of people getting concealed carry and carrying licenses now, or carrying weapons, um, they said flat out, I said, look, man, before it was almost you can just pick and choose wherever you want and didn't have an issue. Nowadays, they said you have no idea if you're going to get shot by that person or somebody else that's watching and seeing what's going on, and you get shot by them. So they said it's like, we try to find the weakest mark is what one of them said. We said we're gonna find the weakest mark we can find, and to make sure that and not really worry about that too much. He said, but nowadays, he said, man, you don't know. He said, there's a reason why. He said, you get apprehensive now trying to rob somebody because, like I said, more people are carrying. So you don't know if you're going to get blasted by that person or somebody else that's next to him and seeing what's going to happen here or seeing what's going down. So, like I said, they're not totally stupid, crazy, but not stupid. They know more people that carry, they get it. You got a better chance of getting shot this time around than the fact of, how it used to be kind of, almost like a free for all, seems like. So that's one. That's here on table one. Let's go over here on table two. Excuse me there. Let's take a look here at table two. Breaking this down here as far as the robberies here, total in the United States, as you can see here. Crimes in the United States, community type 2019. Population 328,239,523. Violent crimes 1,245,410. Murder and non-negligent manslaughter 16,000. This is a total. And you heard this number before because this is, like I said, murder, non-negligent manslaughter. This number has been hovering around 16,000 here, and it's been upticks and downticks, but it's been roughly around this average for crime. And this is a yearly total. So as you can see here, I'll break it down. I don't know how good you guys can see it here on my screen. Hopefully you can see it pretty good. But if not, I'm going to read those numbers off though anyway. But looking at burglary, 1,117,696. So you got larceny, theft, motor vehicle theft. This is total of the United States. They break it down to metropolitan statistical areas, city outside of metropolitan areas, non-metropolitan areas. So this is how high these numbers are, what they look like. Let's look at table 7. Let's break this down here. Now, here's some numbers here going off of this is offense and analysis. We're starting at murder here. 2015, murder was at 15,883. 2016 had an uptick, 17,413. 294. 2008, 16,374. 2019, 16,425. See what I'm saying? This is almost, as I said, it's close to this average, around 16,000 or so a year on an average of murders that take place. These are murders also, to let you know that these are murders mostly that are made from known criminals. So it means criminals that have a criminal record. So as you see, rape in 2015, 126,132. 2016, 132,414. 2017, 135,666. Had a little slight uptick here in 2018 with 143,765. And back 2019, 139,815. So this is these are interesting numbers. I get a kick out of looking at this stuff because it puts things into perspective when you're hearing it from mainstream media, and because they'll just tell you anything because they have an agenda to push. So they're going to just tell you numbers or skew these numbers and not tell you all of the numbers. So here you go. Burglary by location, residence, dwelling. 2015, you had 1,136,664. 2016, you had 1,054,470. Now look at this. As it starts to go down, 2017, this is residence dwelling burglaries, 900,339, 339,509. Number gets lower here in 2018, 808,611. And gets lower in 2019, 702,449. You see the numbers are starting to back down over a 4-year span here. Now coming up on a 5-year span. Like I said, we don't have the numbers on 2020 yet. The year's not over, but I'm sure these numbers will be out sometime after the first of the year, somewhere in there where to be tallied up. So, as I said, with this thing about home protection, just wanting a gun for home protection, the numbers are not adding up to the fact of understanding that you want home protection for sure. I'm getting to the point of saying that you need to have your tail covered on both ends. Have some home protection. Make sure you carry your protection with you when you go out. Okay. That's all I'm saying here when it comes down to this stuff. These numbers are incredible because, as I said, the more I pull into this stuff and just look at the rate, the percentage of what goes on here in the country. And let me pull up this one here. Let me see if I can get it to, let me get it up here to Ohio. Let me see, here we go. Murder rate. As of 2019, let's go all the way. Matter of fact, let's break this down here. As you see the categories here, it's got total firearms, handguns, rifles, shotguns, firearm types, unknown, knives or cutting instruments, other weapons, hand, fist, feet, etc. Let's look at these numbers. It's pretty cool, actually. They got them. The categories are broken down to every state in the country here. So let's go down here to Ohio. So as we see, it's 521 total murders in 2019 in Ohio. 521. Let's see. Total firearms used. 382. Handguns. This is I'm scrolling up and down here because this thing is long form here. Handguns, 178. I believe this is rifle. Yep, rifles. Next category for Ohio for murders with rifles, 13. Now, ask yourself this question here, all right? Because Lord knows I am absolutely sick and damn tired of hearing this fear-mongering propaganda about AR-15s. I am seriously tired of hearing it because it is propaganda, people. It is a lie. It is a myth, okay? The numbers don't lie about this thing, about how many people are shot by rifle or AR-15. If you're talking specifically about an AR-15, it's less than this. The national total is less than this. It's less than 1%. Okay, you got to remember, AR-15s fall into the category of rifles, such as a 30-06, which is a hunting rifle, a 270. These are different calibers of different types of rifles, hunting rifles included. So it falls into that category. As we look at shotguns here, this is as of 2019 in Ohio, the murders that happened with shotgun, 3. 3 murders happened with a shotgun in the state of Ohio in 2019. Let's go to the next category. Firearm type unknown. Firearms type unknown. Ohio had 188 murders that were from firearm types that were unknown. Okay. Next one, knives or cutting instruments for Ohio, 26. Let's go to other weapons for Ohio. Other weapons, 88. Here's another little interesting statistic. Look at this here. Hands, fists, feet, etc. California's at 102 for that category. Ohio's at 25. Texas 58. Tennessee. These numbers are pretty interesting, to say the least, some of this stuff. So go to table 21, where we're looking at robberies. All right. So as of 2019, robberies and what they were committed by. As you see, total robberies here. Let's look here for Ohio. 8,211. Firearms, robberies with firearms in Ohio, 2,504. Knives or cutting instruments for Ohio, 347. Other weapons, 598. Strong arm robberies, it's 4,762. Okay. Agency count, it's 414. Population is over here in this far right corner here. Population of Ohio as of 2019, 9,215,222. So as I'm looking at this number here, strong arm robberies. Now, if this still holds true, I do believe armed robbery in Ohio is mandatory 8 years. I think that still stands. Not sure what it is for strong arm robbery though. But seeing that number there is for strong arm robbery, that's sorry about that. Throat's getting a little dry here. But that is pretty impressive for the population we have. So many strong arm robberies that happened last year in this state. Wow. So let's go over your last table here. Bring up table 23. And these are broken down all the way down, I believe, to I think 24 tables on this. There some of these tables I took out because they were showing some other numbers that didn't pertain to actually what I want to talk about. There were numbers for some other stuff. Really good numbers to look at though, but not too I didn't want to bring these in here to try to break these down with those other tables included. So now, this is offense analysis as 2018, 2019. Estimated population, what is it? 2,700,000. It's like 273,654,275. So, as you see here, 2019 with 13,002 murders. This has gone up from 2018. This is showing the percentage of increase and decrease is what this is, this chart, or should say this table. So this is what it's saying as far as murders. It increased from 2018 to 2019. It went up 1.5. Rape has declined by 3.0. So it's 114,812 in 2019. It has dropped from 2018. Robbery total from 2018 to right here, number of offenses 2019, 211,113, dropped 4.4. All right, let's go down here to the next one. Robbery by location, street, highway, 74,121, dropped 6.3, basically 6.3%. It's down from 2018. This is a nice, I could break all of these numbers down here as far as it's showing gas and service stations, stuff, convenience stores, residents, bank, miscellaneous. You're talking about burglaries. Now, burglaries, residents dwelling here, what I'm talking about, the gun for home protection. So this fits in perfect right here. As you see this number here that I'm going to say is 576,607. This is what was recorded in 2019. It is down 40.7% from 2018. Why is that? That could be a number of things. Why is it decline? As I said, home invasions are not on the rise, obviously. Showing you the numbers here based on what the FBI has pulled up statistically and recorded throughout the year from 2018, 2019. You see it's down 40%, over 40.5%. So you tell me, do you really, really think it's not saying that you shouldn't have a gun for home protection? Yes, you should. Absolutely so. As I said before, you definitely should. But with this number here that I'm pointing out and showing you, do you really think when the media comes out and they talk about home invasions or anything else and try to tell you you're hearing it it's on the rise, it's not on the rise. It's actually on a decline. It's on a big decline, matter of fact. So, because that's a pretty big number. That's almost 50%, close to it. So 40.7% decline from last year to this year. That's quite a bit. So you say, and then it's amazing how they got this broken down. What time at night, day, residents unknown. I mean, these are different numbers here. Even at night, the number here at 195,884, it's down 5.9%. Residents day here for day burglaries, home invasions, 290,909. It's down 12%. Okay. Residents unknown, 89,814, down 22.8%. Non-resident, store, office, etc., 340,857. It's down 13.1%. Non-residents at night, it's up 0.8% from that total here. Non-residents day is up 1.5. So this is crazy. Total here, you're talking like larceny and theft. So I'm not digging all down in that, and motor theft though. Does not pertain to anything as far as what I'm talking about. So anyway, as I said, home invasions, man, are just not on the rise as much as people think. And as much as people want to say these numbers, people, like I said, these numbers are right here. I went directly to the FBI website. I've been looking at this thing all week for this subject here that I wanted to talk about and just break this down to everybody, the numbers of what has been recorded so far by the FBI. So now I'm sure I could go to the Homeland Security, they got other stuff low, but the quickest way to find these numbers here to what I want to talk about comes right here from the FBI. So it's great. It's good stuff. Really good stuff. And as I said, with the media, politicians, man, when they start talking this stuff, dude, when they start talking this stuff about, oh, well, we got to do something about these AR-15s. We're going to implement our AR-15 ban again because these are just weapons of war. That's going to be another subject I'm going to talk about and break down the actual history of the AR-15. The AR-15 is not a weapon of war. It was never created as a weapon of war. It was designed for the civilian before the military even heard of it. It was designed strictly for the civilian first. And then later on, the military grabbed the contract, and they didn't get it from Armorlight. And that's, if you're still curious about what AR stands for, it's Armor Light Rifle. So that's definitely going to be another subject another time. My boy Nate was supposed to get on, but he had something that come up at the last minute. It's the reason why he couldn't get on tonight with me. So, but he will be on next weekend with me. So you guys tune in for that. I got another good subject in for next weekend. But if you like this, I appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit the like button here for my Facebook channel. That way you can get notified, because I need to drive more traffic this direction on this page. So make sure you like this page, and you'll get notified on it for everything that I have coming up. I'm posting my classes here local. Make sure you hit me up for that. Go to my website if you want to sign up and get in on my concealed carry class. I've also got my advanced course too, weather permitting right now. I know it's late into the season, so it's going to be real tough trying to get it in. I'm going to have to wait and probably open it up in the spring. Earliest I will open it in the spring, as early as I can. As I said, weather permitting. But my advanced course, my advanced handgun course is ready to go. It's a great course. I've got some great drills. It picks up from my concealed carry course. Goes from there. So, guys, make sure you look me up on that. Also, I'm going to continue doing this here because, as I said, I spend a lot of time on my computer here, and I have it set up to do this thing. So I'm going to spend more time on it, guys. If you really like my material, I appreciate it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to bring this thing over live on YouTube here eventually. So, but I'm getting data and test running it here on Facebook Live so I can get some feedback on this. So check it out later if you didn't catch it tonight. It'll be posted on my YouTube channel. I'll send the link out, post that up. You guys can go watch it, and then tell me what you think. If you got an idea for a subject, leave it in the comments below. If it's something you want me to touch on and talk about, I've got a list of them coming out, but I can always take some more. Give me some feedback on this because I need the feedback. Tell me what you like, what you didn't like. Believe me, I can handle constructive criticism. Believe me, because I need to know. So that way I can make this thing better. So, but until then, everybody, make sure that you check me out, check out my schedule, go to my website, check out my clothing on there also. That also helps me here with this thing, what I'm doing. I appreciate it so much. I've got more stuff coming here the more I work on it. So, but until then, as I always say, you're responsible for your own safety. So until next time, be safe.